YouTube! What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here for what will no doubt be the final episode of the Hannibal at the Gates campaign, as soon as I can seem to get my keyboard working, which that was kind of random. Yeah, so we've recently captured Corfinium. Rome is in sight. Here's a picture of Hannibal basically at the gates. Extremely close to the gates, at least. I can't really move a whole lot closer without coming within the Romans' zone of influence there. And I've captured pretty much all the major Roman settlements here. Let's see if we can use our agent to put down some of these Roman agents. They'll be able to keep getting new agents for the time being. And there's a few Roman armies here and there that are going to need to be removed and dealt with. There's still a Samnite fleet here that I'm going to be hunting down. It ran away from me on double time rowing. There's a couple of Roman transport fleets out here, but and it looks like the Roman army in Rome is no longer starving to death, nor are these. So that's good. Maybe that'll provide a little more challenge for me. Let's see, I still have Mossman up here too. I'm just going to bring them down near Rome. And then same thing with this guy here. We'll just bring him down closer to Rome. These Romans right here could potentially go for Corfinium. And I'm not sure that I really... Or not Corfinium, Spoletium. It won't really matter though. We'll be alright. It'll just have to be what it is. I don't really want to move Hannibal away at the moment. If there's a rebellion, we can put it down. And this army out here is finished with its turn, but we'll need to hunt down these Romans too. So it looks like we have a few things left to do. Not a ton, but yeah, just a few things. So Hannibal's army, Bale's Wrath, has leveled up to, well, he's leveled up to its highest point. He's got full dread, and then I was using this one too that increases all the damage and gives him even more zeal. So Hannibal's got a lot of zeal here. Let's see, we can just open up Dread on this general. And I think that's pretty much it as far as upgrades go in this particular case, though I think I'll go ahead and call it good. Yeah, I was going to upgrade that. And let's see, we can upgrade the town center in Tarentum as well. And let's see... This fleet at Careless, not sure if we still need that there. Yeah, we're still putting down Latin culture in that province. So if I move, it may want to revolt, and it's got a pretty long sail to get to Italy. Nope, no revolt. Let's go into double time. I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to suffer attrition, and see I will if I go across anywhere right here. So I'm actually going to have to sail a little further north. Let's see, there's our attrition zone, so we'll go to here. Yeah, and then we'll sail across, so we'll bring that fleet over just in case we need it. And I do believe we're ready to end this turn, kind of see what happens. Like I said, the Romans are no longer, at least at the moment, starving to death, which hopefully will mean that I could potentially get some good fights. Their fleets, though, moving away from the shore, unfortunately, rather than to defend Rome. So hopefully they don't sail those fleets too far out, because it'd be interesting to have the challenge of some last rather large Roman armies around. Let's see, my allies running around there. I forgot to hit the spacebar and speed these guys up. And there's the rebellion that I was expecting. There's going to be little that I can do to stop it because they have these sword units, and my guys don't have a prayer of defending against this. So I'm just going to auto-resolve and let the rebels have that Spoletium. I'll take it right back here and put down the rebellion. Alright, so an invasion force did land, actually. Hasdrubal Barca is ready to command again. I'm going to put Hasdrubal back in his army. Rebellion. Province contested. Slums. Okay. Let's take a look at some of these different things that just happened there. I missed the slums. There's slums in Iridium, apparently. So let's tear them down. And then we have some money that we can spend here on different buildings to help us out. I'll build an Odeon. Let's see what else we need. So Corfinium, we can begin the rebuilding. And let's get this army here and go retake Spoletium. This might cause another rebellion, we'll see.
We take this settlement for you, my lord.
And we'll just auto-resolve the one with the rebels, because that's not really a big enough battle for us to be concerned with at the moment. And yeah, see, look, it's going to rebel again at the end of this turn. Somewhat irritating. I guess I just need to let it rebel for a turn or two. You currently are unable to issue edicts in that province. The Romans are raiding around Corfinium, which means that rebellion's going to be imminent unless I do something about this. Rebellion may be imminent anyway. Let's see where because it seems like there was another rebellion. Let me get back to my messages here. Rebellion. So one was in Spoletium, which we put down, and then the other is going to be down here. So here's some rebels.
I live to serve the mighty Carthage.
And let's put down these Latin rebels. They're trying to run away from me. I guess maybe some of Spartacus's descendants or predecessors. I don't remember how that falls in historically, so don't fault me for that. I've never really read up on Spartacus. All right.
Lady Tani, bless our journey.
Yeah, and we're still going to get another rebellion in that province. It is just far too upset. I've got some buildings trying to be completed. Let's go take a look at what agent actions took place against us, if any. Sabotage, yes. That's going to be why this province is kind of upset. Let's take this agent. Well, let's first see if there's any agents down here to be worried about. Don't see any. It looks like the Romans have moved their threat away from Sapontum. Let's go ahead and build some more buildings here to get things kicked off. Let's see. I'm going to build this one here. Build a shrine to Baal Haman here. Upgrade the farms. Just dump as much money into these upgrades as we need to. I'm going to take these guys out of forced march, so I'm not worried about any Roman armies in the area. And the Romans would have a hard time moving through those woods, so I think I'll actually just move to Beneventum. Yeah, and prepare to... Actually, I'll move up a little further and prepare to move against the Romans here. Trying to think, we can't do anything else with this army, so there's going to be another rebellion there. It's okay, this must be the Roman force that landed. It's unfortunate they haven't landed these forces, because they could actually start retraining them and use them against me. I don't see any other enemy agents in this vicinity at the moment, so let's move these agents closer to the front at Rome. Yes, up here please. And let's see if I can catch this Samnite fleet. They're going to run away from me, and I probably won't be able to catch them. Nope. That is ridiculous, like how far they get to retreat. But it is what it is. There is a Roman ship here that we can take out, though. What kind of ship is it? Can't quite tell. Let's fight this on the mini-map. If I auto-resolve, it might actually go better for me, but I just want to take out this Roman fleet real quick. That may be a Velite ship. It's a tower ship, but then again, it very well could be a Principe or something, which would be a fairly dangerous vessel, because it's going to be a very strong vessel, and we'll need to outflank it entirely, do a lot of ramming, get our fire pot ships into its side, and then maybe ram it from the front with my own large vessel. Yeah, so let's present one big target in the center for the Romans to stay focused on, which will be my general. And then we'll take the flanks with these smaller vessels. We will want to make sure we get the timing right, because that is a Triarii unit, which will decimate my Libyan javelin men if it gets into melee with them. So yeah, timing is going to be important. Which, when I say timing, it just means that... Let's get this set up. I'm going to try and bring ships in from every flank. Let's get all of our ships in position here before I get, hopefully before I get too close to the enemy to trigger their kind of reaction. And I think we're in good shape now, so let's get a good solid head-on ram order here. Start moving my boats in. Roman's sitting pretty stationary at the moment. I'm going to go into row hard. I'm going to get a ram set up from the side and a ram set up from this side. And the Romans, as expected, immediately boarded me. I got 2 good fire pot rams, and that's going to do it. So we damaged the Roman ship beyond repair. And there's no continue, which means that we completely destroyed it. Good, and we did so without any losses. Well, 1 man died, I guess. And it was probably fire from the tower on their boat. Maybe not, though. It's hard to say. But that was pretty successful. Just needed to come in from all angles there to make sure we minimize the damage that they would cause in a melee. And to be honest, my skirmisher ships could have done some damage to them, but wouldn't have been super useful because they were Triari units, and those guys are pretty armored, fairly resistant unit. Oh good, I can actually get this fleet all the way to the Italian coast. I watched the Romans like subvert me and now head back to Carolus. That would not surprise me. Let's see if there's any other... No other money that I need to spend at the moment, I don't think. Alright. Though it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and upgrade the... Well, I don't know if that's really any point. I'm going to save a little bit of money here. This army in Corfinium, we should probably attack these raiders. Get them to cease raiding. It wasn't enough to stall another rebellion, unfortunately, but I've got another army moving that direction. And if I have to, I can turn Hannibal back to help pacify this province here. Let's go ahead and end another turn and see what happens, though. I'm going to check, make sure we don't have any more things we need to tend to. Well, I have 99 food. That's a lot of food. Nobody's going hungry in Patchy's Republic, or Empire, or whatever you want to call it. If it's Patchy, it's probably not any type of real republic. Maybe a very corrupt one. But the fact that everybody has access to food is also pretty shocking. He's not typically the type of leader that causes plenty, unless you're talking about plenty of unnecessary death. So there's the rebellion we expect at Spoletium. Someone wants to marry Hasdrubal. I get support, but it costs me a lot of money. I don't really think it matters, so... and I also don't think that my research really matters at this point. So we only had 1 rebellion. I expected more.
At your command.
Let's take these guys out right here and now.
To victory!
They expectedly ran away. If I lose an elephant unit here, it's really not the end of the world easy. I've got the I've got the Romans pretty heftily outmatched.
Have further orders?
Okay. So we'll finally be able to bring this province under control, which is great. I can't increase dread. We can add this. That's going to give my men a whole lot more missile and melee weapon damage, which will be good. And let's just go ahead and upgrade a few of these buildings while we're hanging around. Just do a little bit of that every turn. Don't know. Bail him on. Just build a whole bunch of industrial buildings at this point, because all I really need is just endless money. Alright, there is a Samnite agent there. Let's put this army in Beneventum to keep my back. I can't quite make it to that Samnite spy, and I wonder if that's the one that was doing some... Nope, that Roman spy was the one probably doing the sabotage in the last turn.
How can I serve you?
Let's see. Let's see what my chances of pulling off anything are here. Try some poisoning with my own spy. Managed to wound the Roman agent. That's actually good in this particular case because they won't be able to get another spy, at least not for this particular turn or two while they're injured. Okay. So I've got my fleet just off the Roman coast. We'll use it to intercept any of their transports, actually, that we need to. And that Samnite fleet is back in a raiding stance, though not quite as far from me. They still escaped my reach. Pretty irritating. Oh, whoa, no, I actually got him. Sweet. I think we can actually extinct the Samnites right here, so I'd love to take care of that in person. I've let these guys get away too many times. We will chase them off the battlefield if necessary here. Good, good, good. Let's get rid of the Samnites. These guys actually, if I remember right, I think I was at peace with them for quite a while, but of course they weren't willing to break their treaty with Rome. Which some of you, I think, have successfully gotten them to change in your campaigns, which I don't doubt it's possible. But it's not easy. But then again, I kind of like it that way, because Hannibal didn't have an easy time getting any of these folks to switch to his allegiance either. Actually want to switch, take this ship to the outside. Gonna run them into each other though, that's brilliant. It's a good thing you can't blow up your own fire pots on yourself, or else air would have just done it. Got my ships in the right order over here. I like having my skirmish vessels on the far outside. That way they can actually skirmish, run away from a mainline fight. Just do some... Well, actually, I'm going to kind of move up a little slower here. That way my general ship can come to bear. Scorpion ship's already putting flaming missiles on me. I'll just try and skirmish with it a little. Let's see, 2 fire pot ships ramming each other. Neither one actually got a fire pot to explode. Oh, and they killed each other.
Our general is under attack.
I'm just skirmishing on this Scorpion ship. They're down to 3 men. 2 men? No men. So the Scorpion ship's gone. My general's going to get a good ram in here. Not quite enough to put this longboat out of commission. These longboats, like I said, actually have pretty high hull strength and can take a pretty good punishment. And there is no continued battle, which means that all their ships are destroyed and the Samnites are gone. Lost a fire pot ship, but I don't guess that's any real concern of mine. I don't know if there's any other Roman navies on this Adriatic coast, though, so I'll keep this small fleet over there. Did they really get away? They better not. They were all dead. Okay, good. When I didn't see that thing highlighted in red, I was worried they were going to get away, and I was like, there was no one alive. How did they escape? Alright, so now that Samnite spy will be gone as well. And I'll go put back in at Barium here. Fantastic. I'm not worried about this small Roman army here. And then I've got my forces headed back to Beneventum. And I'm pretty sure we can defend against whatever ragtag elements are in this small Roman force. Let's use this army here to hunt down the Romans on this coast. The Romans are going to take me in battle here. Got a ballista and some war dogs. Interesting. But overall, really, probably not the troops that they need in order to successfully fight me back here. They must have some auxiliary barracks, or they had them at one point before I took them, because they have all these Saki units. So some of them aren't bad either. This Saki Equites are pretty good on the charge, and the Saki Extraordinari are really high armor. Not great on the attack, but pretty high armor unit, which is sometimes helpful in Rome too, because armor plays a pretty big role in melee engagements. Units with higher armor tend to do very well. Don't know why I pushed weight. That was an accident.
War elephants!
Actually think... So the Romans are going to be reinforcing with some ballista. So I'm actually going to take my Carthaginian cav all through this forest, which would give them tree cover through most of the route to keep them protected.
Infantry at your command!
And when I say keep them protected, it doesn't actually seem to make a whole lot of difference when you're in the forest taking ballista fire, but it can hide your men, which means that the enemy can't see them and shoot at them. which that's actually fairly handy. I'm actually going to put my skirmishers behind my swords. The AI tends to bonsai charge your skirmishers, which then interrupts your sword charge, which is kind of annoying. So, got this group ready to go. Just move up over here, and let's move our Carthaginian cav up. I'm actually just going to go engage these two cav units with my Campanian cav. These guys are redonkulous.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
This one's got 82 attack, 45 weapon damage, 83 armor, 34 charge bonus. Not bad at all. Enemy reinforcements coming from this direction. This is actually perfect. So I'm actually going to halt my Carthaginian cav right here where they'll stay hidden in the woods. And that'll allow me to pounce on the back of their units and also take out this onager. Okay, I'm going to put my mercenary Campanian cav into Flying Wedge. Flying Wedge, some of you may be wondering when it's useful. I haven't studied it in detail, but it's pretty basic. It increases the charge bonus and melee attack, but it slows down your acceleration, meaning your men don't kind of accelerate and move somewhere else quite as quick, and it drops their melee defense a little. So, something to be aware of. It's sometimes good to use it on the charge, and then maybe disengage. But it looks cool, that's for sure. Let you all watch this. Flying Wedge charge from my mercenary Campanian cav. I like how they throw javelins too, which is kind of cool. The General's Bodyguard actually has quite a bit of melee defense and armor, so it's not usually the kind of unit that you're going to flatten. And obviously that's meant to be that way, so it'll keep your general safe. And let's see, the Romans have some mercenary Italian cav moving up, but I doubt there's much that they can do to reinforce. These guys ought to be long dead. I actually lost 3 cavalrymen to that Equites Extraordinary. That seems a bit extreme. But, whatever. It's just 3 men. Okay, that ballista ought to be pretty well unguarded at this point.
The enemy general.
And we're ready to countercharge this mercenary Campanian cav. Or this mercenary Italian cav. We just caught it with my Campanian cav. And now I want to take this other Saki Equite Extraordinary. Or, yeah, I want to take these guys. Wow, that mercenary Italian cav just got flattened. And I'm going to take these Saki Equites head on. They're actually probably going to win that charge, but they'll get slaughtered in the afterwards engagement. I'm going to take them out of Flying Wedge for the remainder of that fight. And sure enough, there's the enemy ballista, right where I want them. And I can pull up behind these Roman units, and then we'll just fling this infantry around to face their advance.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Those Extraordinary actually last longer in that fight. And are getting way more kills than I expected. Well, they won the charge, so their kills probably came from the charge. I doubt they're getting a whole lot now. Yeah, they're really not. Their kill rate's been slowed down pretty substantially. Probably going to release their war dogs on me, which isn't good. Sure enough did. That stinks, because now my Campanian cav are going to get... Whoa! They've dispatched a Triari to chase my cav, so I'm going to have to keep running around them. That's definitely a typical AI move. And let's go move to support my infantry here. Let's see if we can intercept some of these guys. I'm going to start peppering away at that incoming spearmen. Let's pull these guys out of that fight. Replace them with my Libyan infantry. I'll take those guys out of formation attack. Let's watch them get this nice rear charge. Yeah, those guys are going to be destroyed. And let's stop my slinger fire. I'm probably killing my own men. Get it. Oh, my antivirus notification popped up. Sorry about that. Give me just a second. I'm clicking back into the fight. There we go. And let's just surround these remaining Roman units. Bring them down. I still have dogs chasing my mercenary Campanian cav, which is Actually pretty bad, because there's really no way to attack them, and it just continually eats away at your unit. But now we have these guys wholly and entirely surrounded, and it's going to be a chain rout. And it won't really matter if the dogs are still in the field. Yeah, it's the remaining Roman Saki auxiliaries getting absolutely slaughtered. Probably wishing that they had joined Hannibal's cause at this point, rather than having joined the dig your own grave program introduced by Hannibal. I do believe there was a Triarii that we need to run down. Yep, it's over here. Don't want those guys getting away. I'm going to let my men just finish off these Romans who are still in that blob. Don't want them to escape, and then we'll run down these routing spearmen. That is a general unit for the Romans as well. Look at these guys, just completely caught in here. My men unrelentingly cutting them down, dying much like the poor men at Cannae, where they had nowhere to run. Absolutely nowhere to run. Yeah, just completely surrounded by my men. My men will probably start cheering here in a second once they've finished crushing them. And then these poor Triarii spearmen gonna get cut to bits. Though, when I say poor, I don't really mean it. It's what you get for fighting against Hannibal. It's one of those join or die situations, I think. It'll take these guys a minute to cut down these fleeing Triarii, though they don't kill at nearly the rapid race like they do on like they do on the first Rome Total War. Getting tongue-tied there. Yeah, you can see the Triarii kind of getting split up as my men cut them down. Keep my men pursuing them. And it looks like...
The enemy general is dead.
Yeah, my men were chasing these guys all the way to the edge of the map. There's one of them alive right there. He's rolling around in the ground and keeps getting trampled. And it looks like we've finally killed him. And it looks like there's one guy left here. So a couple of their men trying to escape. Getting close, but no cigar. Let's watch this one poor soul here get run down. Oh, that was brutal. Nice spearing there. Let's see, where did my cav go that was wrecking that fleeing Triarii unit? Can't even see them here. Oh, here they are. Can't see them because I wasn't close to them. And I think that this Triarii unit is down to its last couple of men too. They just knocked someone over there. They look like they're still hunting away here. I can't... Okay, they must have gotten him. I was trying to find that last Roman there. So I think we pretty much destroyed those two Roman armies. At least hopefully we did. I know this episode's going to be kind of long, actually, but sometimes a long ending to the campaign's acceptable. I don't want to leave you all hanging at this point because, I mean, Rome's pretty much in my sight. This is just kind of mop-up duty that we're doing here, and we'll be there soon enough. Oh, this army is going to get away. That unit of Italian cav is going to do it for him. Or, nope, they got cut down. Good. Don't want to just be, just keep chasing one unit armies. We'll go ahead and start running back towards this unit here and see if we can get to them. I can probably sabotage them and keep them in their place, so let's do some military subversion. Assault Patrol has a pretty good chance of stopping. Where the heck are you going? Okay, so we were successful. Let's take a look and see what the effect was. No, they can only move half their normal range. They can still move. Let's see if my judge has any chance of bringing them to a complete halt. So let's see, target slowed, target stopped. Target stopped, low. Best chances on this one here, threat of destruction. I'll just give it a shot. May not work, but... Okay, let's see if we were successful. Nope, they can still move half their range. Oh well, looks like there's not going to be anything we can do about that at the moment. The Etruscan League has this one ratty army here outside of Rome, and they're raiding, but it almost looks like they're inside Roman territory, so I find that hard to understand. This army at Spoletium can probably be used at this point, or actually we can use the army from Corfinium, I think, unless Corfinium's going to rebel when I leave. Nope. So let's use this to track down some of these Romans that are camping out up here in the mountain pass. Let's see, I can't quite reach these guys. These guys will be stuck, though. We can go ahead and ambush them. Or we won't be ambushing them, but you know what I mean. Just destroy them. I didn't want to just have you watch me kill 3 units right there, because you just had to watch me go after that one teeny army, so forgive me for that auto-resolve. These guys I will fight in person, of course. And let's see, so we appear to have things pretty under control at the moment. Got a spy that we can use here. Let's see if we can fix this army in place. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to military sabotage him, though, because I'm going to target stop, target slow, but we can at least slow him down. I'll do the intercept orders. The best one to do would probably be wreck baggage train, reduces equipment bonuses. Actually, this has a really good chance of stopping it. Let's try that. I just want to keep them from moving so I can catch them. And it looks like we were probably successful there. We are, so they can't go anywhere, and they'll be there for me to destroy on the next one. And this spy just ranked up to level 10, which is pretty sweet. Don't really know that it matters what I pick at this point. Whatever, just pick something. And the Romans are starving to death once again. These ones are not. And I can't move that fleet anymore. Let's go into my messages, or actually let's see if there's anything else I need to upgrade. There is here, the Barcan Brethren. Let's see, I'm going to upgrade Formidable Fighters, and then the Agent can be upgraded. And that's going to be it there. I think we are ready to end the turn. We can probably... Man, I really wish those 2 Roman fleets...
Come now. The gods themselves would listen carefully to an offer such as this.
Rome wants to make themselves a client state, and this is a very tempting way to end the campaign just because it's humiliating for Rome. I've never had Rome offer to become my client state. So, I'm not going to take it, of course, because you all want me to raise Rome, but just know that this hilarious opportunity happens. This is why I play campaign right here. Some of you wonder, like, hey, you're always beating the crap out of the AI. Yeah, I know. I mean, the AI is not that... Well, I'm not that good either, and I don't play it on the hardest setting. But you know what I mean. It's easy to beat the crap out of the AI in certain situations. And so this would be just kind of a humiliating way for Rome to end, being completely made into a client state, the way that they eventually did to Carthage. But since they destroyed Carthage, I'm going to destroy Rome. So I'm going to kindly reject their offer. Really want them to pull those fleets back there to reinforce Rome. That would really be fantastic. But they did not, because they have one rather large fleet there. And it looks like, though, that the Etruscan League just hired up some mercenaries. And the Romans don't have a teeny army there. Some of you want me to converge multiple armies on Rome for the final destruction. And that's probably a good idea. I mean, because these guys just hired those Italian spearmen, that's probably going to be as big as their defense gets, because they're starving to death on every turn. Let's go ahead, though, and take care of this army that's up here in the pass. They were still able to flee, even though it said they can't act or move. And I can't get to them. Unbelievable. We'll try another military sabotage here. Don't know why they are able to move. Oh, probably because they picked up mercenaries. If they did, that's why, because that's a glitch. The AI can pick up mercenaries, and then they'll actually be able to move again. So, I'll tell you what we'll do here. We'll get 3 armies together and just go ahead and siege Rome. So, I'm going to besiege it with Hannibal. And I'm going to maintain the siege. If the Romans... I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll quick save here. If the Roman... I'm going to maintain the siege and try and build some siege towers. And let's continue the siege. If the Romans sally out against me, I will go back to the quick save and make sure that they don't sally out against me. I don't want that to be the case. I'm going to try and bring these guys up into reinforcement range, which, if I get them right here, yeah, it looks like they can reinforce. So yeah, we'll be fine. This province is still about to rebel, and if I leave, it probably will. Not sure there's much I can do about it. Yeah, those troops could actually come replace these guys here. So let's bring this army up right behind Rome. See if this, yeah, that'll allow me to reinforce there too. So we have Rome completely surrounded. And let's take this army and move clear up here and see if we can keep this place from rebelling. At least for a turn we will. Let's see if we can get rid of this Roman agent back over here. I'll try my judge first. See what we can do. Assassination may not be the best chance here because that's a pretty high level agent. Let's just see what happens. Nothing? That's what? Let's try again. See what we come up against. There we go. That was a very high level spy that we just assassinated, so that's great. Let's knock out this Roman army here. It's an ambush. And I'll probably still lose elephants.
On the move, my lord.
Okay, this army does not have enough movement range to make it to reinforce in the siege against Rome. This army is going to chase these guys down. So I think we have the Romans pretty much hemmed in at their last defense. We could try and take out their fleet here, though, just for the sake of. That is a pretty big fleet. I may actually lose, but because I really stink at naval battles, and the Romans are just going to bum rush me here. It says that if I auto-resolve, it'll really go to my favor. We'll see. The AI is much better at these types of battles. They just have a lot of ships. But I have several ballista ships and some decent naval vessels here. I mean, we might be able to effect a win. If I lose, it doesn't matter. At least it means that I engaged these Romans. And the only reason I'm even thinking I'm going to lose here is because the AI really is much better at naval battles than you are, because it can micromanage all of its ships precisely. It's like one of the few times when the AI really outmatches you. Plus, I've noticed in naval battles, there's just weird things that'll take place, like where the AI goes to ram you, and your ship will just stop and let them ram, and there's no amount of move orders you can give it that'll get it to move again. Like, it's just the most random stuff. It is very weird. I'm going to try and get my ballista ships. Yeah, they're actually just within range. I actually don't want them on flaming shot because it's a little less accurate. I'm going to get my heavy vessels to support my main core, and then we'll keep skirmisher ships on each flank. So yeah, these guys. And then I have some light assault ships, these firepot ships, and we'll just put these guys right here in the center and use them as kind of like just interception units to keep the Romans from being able to board my ballista ships. So let's get things started. Put these guys out front. And I'm actually going to take all these ships just up here in front too.
Enemy
reinforcements coming. The AI may wait till its reinforcements are all present before it. I don't remember giving you an order to move sideways. All my ships are going through each other though, so this is going to be a mess. Okay, my ballista ships should be firing. Yeah, I do see a ballista round in the air. Yep, and we've already sunk a Hastati transport. Romans are now going to charge forward. Alright, I've already sunk 2 Roman transports, 3 Roman transports, 4 Roman transports. Roman transports dropping like flies over here. My artillery should continue to sink these guys. Yeah, they just lost another one over there too, so yeah, my artillery fires relentless. There goes another Roman transport. And all of these ships coming in from over here have very low crew numbers. Let's intercept some of these vessels to make sure that they can't get to my artillery ships. Just want to give my men more time to fire. And that ram actually did the trick right there. And I believe my javelins will be able to keep these mercenary Iberian cav at bay. They're not going to have much armor. Okay.
An entire unit has perished.
There we go. The Romans actually rammed out my little assault ship here. Let's see. My artillery ships are probably firing at these guys. I don't know how their ship just caught on fire, but it just went under. Okay. So no more threat from the front, at least for the time being. I'm going to wait for some of these Roman ships to kind of get sunk. I'm going to turn 2 of my ballista ships to this direction and just kind of keep a nice defensive fleet formation here. I'm going to keep these 2 artillery ships facing this direction, so if these Roman ships move forward, I can take them down. Otherwise, the Roman fleet is kind of moving towards me over here. Actually, I should probably go ahead and just... Are the Romans moving? No, they're not moving on that flank, so let's just get all of my artillery ships facing the same direction. Come on. Turn the right direction. It's kind of hard to shoot if you're not facing the right way. Okay. Let's pull these guys up over here. Right, yeah, all of these very damaged transport, or I say damaged, the transports themselves aren't damaged, it's the number of men on them that's questionable at the moment. Which means that my javelins very well might make short work of them once they get into close range. But 2 of their ships are already sinking due to artillery fire, and I've got my other 2 artillery vessels trying to turn that direction, but they're getting in each other's way. It's the joys of fleet positioning. I'm not any good at it. Looks like my ships here are gonna have to try and ram the Roman ship.
An entire unit has perished.
They just destroyed my firepot unit. No big deal. I'm gonna turn the javelins back on my larger vessels. Just see if I can rout the Roman ships without having to ram or be rammed. There's only like 2 Romans on this ship. And they're taking an awful lot of javelins. There they go.
General is dead.
Oh, about to get rammed over here. Let's try and put these guys down with a quick ram.
Our missiles await your orders.
Okay. I think that slowly but surely here we're taking down all the Roman vessels. Got a mercenary Celtic warrior moving towards me here. They're taking a lot of javelins as well. I'm just going to let them take the... Actually, I better click a ram order. Take advantage of it so that they don't just ram me head on. Okay.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Okay, I have a ship being boarded somewhere, which it's already safe. And then, of course, they let their transport sink one of my pursuit ships. It was just a pursuit ship, though, so not the strongest ship in my fleet, that's for sure. I'm going to start clicking some individual attack orders with my ballista ships. Okay. Let's pull these guys around.
One of our units
See, like right
is
here, I gave an
ammunition.
attack order, but my ship just sits still while the AI goes ahead to ram me. You just get weird movement orders like that. Okay, but it doesn't matter if these navies survive. To be honest, their purpose is they're no longer completely necessary. Looks like my artillery ships, yeah. The rest of the Roman ships are fleeing. Let's sink them all, though. Let's see if we can cut off the Roman ships here with my pursuit ships. Want to hunt them down. Those Celtic warriors might actually still be alive, so I'm going to actually open fire on them and see if we can intercept them with my general, because they're both still moving, so I'm assuming that means that they're capable of fleeing. These guys abandoning ship. And let's see if we can... No, what are you doing? No, you two fire at this. And let's use my general to catch them. You two fire at... Oh, okay, they're sunk now too. Just trying to make sure the Romans are gone. There we go. So all their ships destroyed. So actually a decisive naval victory there. I just lost, I think, 3 vessels, all of which were light vessels. So I did better than I thought I would there, but the Roman fleet was in tatters, and I had a lot of ballista ships, so honestly not a huge surprise. Guess it goes to show you that I should be able to win some of these sea battles. So there we go, huge fleet victory. And I do believe we were waiting for the end of this turn to get our siege towers. We are, so just continue siege. And I think we're ready to end the turn. I have a level 10 veteran here now. I don't really need militants. I don't need any of this stuff, to be honest. I'll just pick it. Okay, let's end the turn. And on the next turn begins the siege of Rome. May not be super exciting, though, because the Romans are so diminished. But hey, it'll be interesting. They're still begging for peace. Don't sally out. Thank you. Actually want to siege Rome. Have to go over the walls. At least maybe they are going to sally out. No, they're just doing some agent play over here. And then running away with that army. Understandable. One tattered fleet making its way for Sicily, or not Sicily, but Corsica and Sardinia. So this is going to be it, folks. The Siege of Rome. You know, I probably should have taken Rome earlier on. That way it would have been more heavily defended. That probably would have been a better idea. Guys rallying slaves down here, which stinks because this province is already at the boiling point of rebellion.
To serve the mighty Carthage.
See if we can get rid of some of these Roman agents. We're successful there. And then let's see if we can get rid of this Roman patrician. Nope, my guy got wounded in the process. Guess that patrician was none too pleased with being assassinated. I don't have a whole lot better chance here, but I'll try it anyway. Nope. Let's see how many agents I can feed this guy. He must have some retainers that help him survive this kind of stuff. There we go. Good old guy was successful. So now it is time to siege Rome. And this is going to be a whole lot of unnecessary force for such a destroyed target. But here we go. Siege of Rome begins. And I'm going to control large armies. The Romans, really not a whole lot of defenders left. Their Etruscan allies also quite weak. And let us assault the city. I think the most I can have is 40 units, so not both of my 2 reinforcing armies will come. Nice map of Rome there with the glitch out. The Battle of Rome, 211 BC. So I think Carthage was forced out of, or Hannibal was forced out of Italy by Scipio's invasion. I think that the Battle of Zama took place in 203. So finishing this a number of years before Hannibal did. Of course, it would have been cool, you know, if there was some way that this campaign kind of recreated Cannae, and then you could go after Rome right afterwards, in kind of like a very risky position, you know, where it's, you know, all in or nothing there. So let's start our deployment. Looks like a pretty great area to go at the walls here. I'm actually gonna, yeah, my noble fighters are the ones in the towers. They're my strongest infantry available to me, and they'll be perfect for the job of securing the walls and letting the rest of my forces in. Got a lot of skirmishers here that we can keep up if we need to. I don't need the ladders, so I'm gonna have my Scutari drop the ladders, and then just keep my cav here. There's gonna be some reinforcing Etruscan League soldiers coming in from somewhere. The map, like the mini map, is glitched out. Start the battle. I can still see like units on it, but the terrain is indeterminable. See some Roman levies there, nothing to be worried about. I'm just gonna let my men approach the wall. Oh, Rome is a gigantic city. Check it out, I got the Colosseum over here. That is huge. Cool. Wow, this back gate back here doesn't even have a... Oh, that's red line, so yeah, you wouldn't be able to get back there anyway. Wow, that is a huge city. Pretty sweet. Okay, here comes the enemy reinforcements. Somewhere over here is the Etruscan reinforcements. I don't know if we can reach them before they beeline it into the city. And so let's just go ahead and start pulling these guys over here, because that's the only... Well, there is a bridge in this vicinity, but I have no siege equipment to utilize it. So I'll just go ahead and start moving this way. Got some more troops back here, though. And there's a Roman unit back here, like a beat-up Triarii unit.
Is dead.
And that must be him that just died. Let's move in here and take this gatehouse. I'm actually worried they're going to run my elephants amok right here. Because they are shooting my African war elephants. I don't know that there's much I can do about that. Those towers aren't likely going to change targets. I just don't want them to run amok on my own troops. If they do, I'll have to kill the elephants. We'll see whether or not it kills my elephants. It very well could. Tower fire is pretty brutal. Let's move them over here, because the tower over here is already shooting at something else. If my elephants don't go crazy right here, we're going to be lucky. Nope, they're not going to. Wow, pretty fortunate. Check it out, Circus Maximus. Sweet. And here's Hannibal's forces, my men disembarking now to the walls of Rome. The rest of my men coming up the siege towers. Alright. I think my men said that they hope that the Romans kiss their wives goodbye. It's probably a good idea because this is the fall of Rome. And someone wanted me to get a screenshot of Hannibal in front of the gates. I'll do that. I'll use it as the thumbnail here for the final episode.
Fighters!
Okay, let's take my noble fighters over here into these levies if they respond. Wall pathfinding definitely needs some help in siege battles. It's something that I think we're all hoping to see improved in patch 14, siege AI in general, and then a lot of the pathfinding if they just did a whole bunch of siege improvements in patch 14, it would be a massive improvement.
Noble fighters!
Okay, there we go. Let's go take care of the levies on the gatehouse. My men over here. Check it out, these African pikes actually engaged with those Roman Triarii. Let's see if we can pull away from them and get our pikes down. Yes, we can. I'm surprised my pikemen lasted that long. Roman Triarii, you're going to follow me. But I am going to get my pikes down this time. So we should be able to finish these guys off. Once your pikes come down, they'll actually start shoving the enemy back away from your men. But of course, you'll take losses from the men that are close to you. But see how the Triarii are kind of getting shoved back. This is dangerous with sword units, of course, because they get a lot more kills. I would just rush in with my forces that are already inside the city, but I really don't want to do that because I want Hannibal to get into the city. The Etruscan allies are heading for the city as well, probably going to go to the victory point.
Noble fighters!
Got my noble fighters taking a lot of damage because I was paying attention elsewhere. It's okay, I've got plenty of troops to pull this off. Alright, so those levies are going to be destroyed.
Noble fighters!
And then the gates will be open for Hannibal. So I guess we can go ahead and pull up Hannibal, and I'll see if I can get a selfie of him in front of the Roman gates here. Alright. And the victory point is the temple. Right here, this big temple right in front of the Colosseum. So that's no doubt where the Etruscans and other troops are going to be. My men are going to need to come through the gatehouse that I've gotten open. The reinforcements, at least, they'll be exhausted. Honestly, won't even be a whole big point in me bringing them.
We have captured a tower.
You guys can come back down over here. Okay, we're almost ready to take our Hannibal at the gates screenshot. See if we can get a good picture here. There's Hannibal right there atop his elephant with the leopard skin on his back. You know, I really need to actually put the elephants into a single line with Hannibal in front of the gates so that, you know, it's clear that it's Hannibal in front of the gates. There we go. No Roman units around. Don't see any of my other units under fire, so we should be safe. And Hannibal's not really in front of the gates in this particular pose. Ah. Well, I think we can still get the shot. It'll just be from a slight angle. Alright. So here we go. The Hannibal at the Gates namesake selfie. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, I think this will work. Let's see. Can you all tell that this is gates? Does this work for you, Hannibal, with the gates? Okay, so there we go. Yep, got the screenshot. Hannibal with the gates. If nothing else, our trip here was worth it just for that. Alright, and we'll definitely try and get Hannibal engaged in some of the final fighting. If I can, of course, don't want to get him injured in the last battle. That would be pretty senseless. Let's get our Scutari and Libyan infantry up here. Don't know if I'll need my Balearic slingers or my cavalry for that matter, but we'll just bring them all in. There we go. Just gonna bring all my men in. It's gonna be a long march over to the temple. Got 33 minutes to get there. Let's see where my men are at. I can't, so I could get behind kind of the Colosseum area over here and make my way towards the rear of the temple. So I will do that with these troops. Let's make our way to this point. Just gonna give them kind of a blob move order there. Okay. And the rest of my troops are gonna have to come around Circus Maximus through this point and then up the main avenue there. Let's take on this side. Got these two hoplite units here. Let's use them to capture these towers ahead of my men just to make sure that I'm not getting shot to pieces by these arrow towers. I don't want Hannibal to get shot after having passed through the gates. Got the fast forward on here. So we'll just let it go for a few more minutes. Of course, I can't take too terribly long because it's going to take my men a good long while to get across the city center. But I just want to get these hoplites at least out in front of my men towards these towers so that I'm not going to be taking a whole bunch of fire with the units that I need for the final fight. Plus, this will give my men just a second to rest. Come on, you lazy hoplites. Those guys are taking the long way around to that arrow tower. I don't think that arrow tower is actually going to be a concern. So, in fact, let's give this hoplite unit in order to go straight up to these gates. Okay, now these hoplites are going to be the ones taking fire from that arrow tower. So at this point, I can go ahead and take all these troops and these guys here. And let's move up to this point. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There's a Etruscan League troops up here. What the Hades? Expected these guys to be on the city center. Talk about getting caught off guard here. So I'm going to charge in Hannibal and this mercenary noble horse, and then my hoplites about to get charged from behind. If we hadn't caught these horsemen, still going to get charged from behind, possibly.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, Hannibal had lost one man in his unit anyway because of the attrition, so that wasn't actual damage, fortunately. And then my noble horse managed to catch these mercenary Italian cav. And we're taking the tower away. Those mercenary Italian cav are going to rout. Okay, let's get all these guys back up here again. And I take these Numidian cav off fire at will. And I'm also going to take my Balearic slingers and this javelin unit off fire at will. The javelin unit got left behind.
We have captured a tower.
Good stuff. So we've captured a tower, and then this other hoplite unit that I had to halt over here, let's get it moving forward again. We'll have to keep our eyes out for more enemies popping up. That was kind of weird, the Etruscan cavalry popping up on me like that. Alright, now back here, I have a ton of spear units, many of which are pikemen. Let's kind of move them ahead of my general, which is another war elephant, and get those guys into position. We're down to 27 minutes in time. Whoa! Yep, more Etruscan League units here. And my Balearic slingers are going to be getting chewed on. I'm gonna have to get my mercenary Scutari in here, and there's an Etruscan hoplite unit making their way up here as well. I can bring my own hoplite unit in. Let's see if we can save my slingers. We're gonna have to hurry. Actually, the Etruscans slow me down. Like this might be kind of dangerous. Let's get into this Etruscan hoplite. My Scutari ought to do just fine. They're very, very high veterans. They got really good attack, and they are racking up kills at an alarming rate there. Not alarming to me. Kind of pleasant for me, actually. Let's bring these guys up here. It looks like the Etruscans are being sent out to sacrifice themselves to delay the inevitable engagement. Carthaginian hoplites. There we go. Let's take our Scutari up this way. There's some more mercenary Italian spearmen waiting on us. And then these guys go ahead and continue forward. And I think I can go ahead and get all these units back here. And go ahead and continue up to this point. My Scutari should have removed this threat by the time they get there. And then I've got this other Scutari unit here. Let's see, sometimes I've run into Roman threats back here as well. Let's see if we can go ahead and... Actually, let's... Got some guys under attack here. Okay, they're attacking the spearmen like I want them to. These Scutari are already up to 127 kills. These ones are gonna get in here as well. Oh, got some Scutari cav rushing forward. Doesn't need to. Alright. You all can go ahead and come over here. Alright, we're getting ever closer to our destination. Still don't see any Romans over here. This is a back way to the temple. So what I'm going to do actually is take 3 pike units and go clear over to here on this side of the Colosseum. Going under the aqueduct right now. I'm probably not even going to need all of these pikemen. Let's start moving up this way. And then these will be reserve units that I can kind of decide where they go when I want them there. Okay, we've finished decimating the units here. Let's push up. I see Roman units actually now. There's some Roman plebs guarding the plaza. You know what? What else do they have up here? Some Roori. Let's do some scouting with our sword units actually, and then maybe we'll bring Hannibal in here to do the deed. All my guys are going to be just bunched up all over each other. Not much I can do about it. Okay, we've captured this tower. Okay. Still no sign of Romans over here. These guys making their way up the back way into the city. These guys are going to be exhausted because they're in pike formation. I'm going to take them out of pike formation. Okay, I'm trying to just see if there's anything in here that actually threatens Hannibal as a unit. And I do not see anything that does. So I'll have to pull him back, of course, if it looks like we're going to run into it. But it'd be kind of fun to let Hannibal do some of his own ROFL stomping in the taking of Rome. And we are now behind... We're behind the main victory point. Got my pikemen over here. Let's take my war elephants up the hill. I'll take the remainder of this infantry over here. Okay, I can see Romans now in the town center. They have Principes. I wonder where Africanus is. I haven't been paying attention. I probably killed him without even noticing it. Yeah, I don't see any skirmishers here. Hannibal ought to be able to easily handle this himself. So we'll give him the distinct privilege of sending these men to their grave. Come on up, Hannibal.
We have captured the gates.
Okay. Come on, buddy. His elephants are stuck on some of his own men. Let's give him just a second to get up here. Alright. So I'm actually going to give him a charge order clear back here on these Hastati to see if we can punch through. And let's use some of these. Alright, got Hannibal a trample charge here, and we're going to watch him munch all over these guys. So yeah, all the Roman units collapsing in, trying to stop Hannibal and his beast. Here he is. Not exactly the best lighting because the sun's coming from the wrong direction. All those guys routing. Hannibal has level 3 Dread. It's honestly kind of surprising that they lasted this long. And all the Roman units there are going to be routing. The Hastati that charged actually the last unit standing. So Hannibal picking up a quick 200 kills there. I'm going to wait for his... don't know what button I just hit there, actually. I'm going to wait for Hannibal's... okay, it just wore off, so I'm going to use Second Wind on him. Let's see. I can't quite see all the units here yet, but I'm just going to kind of pin these guys in with pikemen, and then let Hannibal come in from behind and finish the deed on the victory point, as long as it looks like he can do so successfully. As soon as we get line of sight on the victory point. Let's bring Hannibal on up. We need to hurry. Oh, we've got some kind of engagement taking place over here that I'm not paying attention to. There's an Italian noble cav back here running around amongst my other units. It's the Etruscan general. Looks like there's 6 men left in it. Actually, it could have been a pretty dangerous unit if it was up to full strength. What's the chances that I actually looked at the mini-map either? Well, it's completely surrounded by pikemen, which is why it's not dying quickly. But they should be able to put it down. Not too worried about it. Let's see what kind of resistance. Here's the Roman resistance. There are no skirmishers, though there is a Triarii unit. You know, it might be cool to bring in a double ROFL stomping. And just kind of use our pikes just to keep the Romans from escaping. Alright, yep, so our pikemen have the Romans bunched in, and then Hannibal's got them sighted from the front. This is definitely a picture worth seeing here. Hannibal marching his elephants down the streets of Rome. That's an awesome view right there. Nice. It's pretty exciting. I'm enjoying it at least. Hopefully you all are enjoying it. I know I'm kind of taking my sweet time relishing this victory. I think I'm going to do a double elephant stomping to finish off the Romans. Ought to be entertaining. Let's go ahead and get ready. And my fear ability is almost back to cast fear all over the Romans. I'm holding up just outside javelin range with Hannibal. This is a pretty cool view.
The enemy general is dead.
Get off my screen. There's Hannibal facing down the Romans in the square. This ought to be fun. Sweet! Man, I'm excited. Culmination. Alright. Bringing the elephants in. Hannibal's got his fear ability ready. Try and go straight into these Triarii. I'm going to put a trample charge in on this general back here. And then we need a trample charge with Hannibal. Drop fear, war cry some of these other Triarii. So let's go into combat. Roman units getting stomped all over the place. 2 African war elephant units running all over them. Not a whole lot they're going to be able to do about it. There's Hannibal atop his own elephant, no doubt spitting at the Romans. Oh, they actually took down one of my elephants over there. Let me get out. Oh, whoops.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
So Hannibal's unit has used all its ammunition. These Romans are actually holding up a lot stronger than I expected. actually lost some of my elephants, but the Romans now in a general waiver, so this will be the end of it. So there you go, Romans being chewed up alive by my elephants for the finale. That is the Siege of Rome completed. No huge resistance, unfortunately, from the Romans, but we did kill 1,000 of them in defense of their mother city. And ended it with Hannibal, ROFL stomping the Romans on the square. Don't think it gets a whole lot better than that. I mean, of course, if they had a really stiff resistance, it would have been more interesting. And here comes the razing of Rome. So this is actually going to destroy all the buildings in Rome and pretty much kill all the people. It says all destructible buildings in the settlement are destroyed and no money is taken. All captives are killed. So Hannibal razing Rome to the ground. The Etruscan League is destroyed. The Romans are all but destroyed. And we can probably use this army to hunt down these few Romans who escaped the Siege of Rome. There we go. Let's kill them. And let's see. We need to take out this Roman army. They are going to... they're still going to be able to get away from me because they went into double time and they're up on the side of this mountain. So let's just wreck their baggage train again. We can't really seem to slow these guys down, unfortunately. But yeah, there we go. Let's see. This province is going to completely rebel. Almost no doubt. And rebuild the aqueduct in Rome. Alright. I think we are ready to end the turn. Wait, well, we have a skill too. Whatever. Doesn't matter if we have a skill. It's not like it's going to do much good at this point. You know what? I didn't even check the objectives. I may not hold all the settlements I need for victory. Probably should have checked that before I sieged Rome. I think I do, though. You don't actually have to hold most of Iberia for success. There's just a few areas. Yep, ultimate victory. And here's a pretty sweet outro of Rome being ransacked. Ooh, slaves. Sweet. Looks like the triumphant return to Carthage. I guess this is Hannibal's return to his wife. That was a pretty sweet outro, actually. Interesting. That was cool. So there's the victory statistics. We'll take a look over things. So it's like a constructed. This kind of tells you so captured settlements held 50. Buildings destroyed. Actually, let's take a look at economy. Total income was 1. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, 1.9 million talents. Let's see. Forces. Conflicts. Total battles fought 150 battles. 135 victories. Let's see, I want to see how many men we killed. Battle captives executed, so 14,000 executions. Apparently I released 11,000, didn't know that. I was wondering if there's anywhere where it just says how many men we killed. Yeah, I don't know, that's expenditures. Man, there's doesn't look like there's any number of men that we killed, unfortunately, at least I'm not seeing it. Shoot. Well, it'd been kind of fun to know how many people we killed along the way. Anyway, that was Ultimate Victory. Hannibal at the Gates campaign, a good one. If you don't have it, I actually really enjoyed this one. I'm not sitting here telling you to buy it, just telling you I enjoyed it. And thought this was a really cool addition to the game. Glad to get to fight kind of a Rome versus Carthage campaign. It was a great time. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now.